Hey guys, and welcome to Geometry Class Online. We just finished up our last chapter and you guys turned in your tests, so good job on those. Um, Maybe tomorrow we can look at the test, and if you have any questions, you can ask me those. Maybe able to go through some of that tomorrow. But as I said before, we are going back to constructions now. We finished up chapter 9, so we're going back to chapter 1, but just 1.7, going over sketches and constructions. We have already done this lesson, or at least we started to do this particular lesson, so hopefully this will be review for you. We'll be doing 1.7 and then the last lesson in chapter 3 as well too. So we've got three methods we're going to be talking about when we're doing diagrams: sketching, drawing, and constructing. Sketching is going to be freehand. All you're doing is using your pencil. So if it says sketch something, you're not using any other object other than your hand. So if I say draw a circle, then let's see, let me get my pen up. If I say draw a circle, then it should look wonderful, just like that. Or if I say draw a line, then you should not be using anything else other than your pencil. If we're doing a drawing, you may use different tools. Those things could be a ruler, a protractor. Drawing is not done freehand though. You must use some kind of tool. And again, clearly see that rulers, a compass was most likely used for that image right there. And lastly, a construction uses two things: a straight edge and a compass. Now that straight edge could be a ruler, but when you're constructing, remember you cannot use a ruler. You cannot use that ruler to measure things, and we'll see an example of that here in a little while. Oh, there it is. You can only use the straight edge when you're constructing for straight lines. You can't use it to measure a 2-inch line segment or anything like that. This is your compass. You're supposed to pick one up, and a protractor. If you didn't already have one at home, you will be needing those. So if you haven't gotten one, you either need to go buy one or there were some at school. Go pick those up. So the compass is used to make circles and arcs, and you can, like the screen says, mark off segments of a certain length. So let's talk about, if we're given 2 points, A and B, I want you to construct. So we're constructing, which means that you use a pencil and you use, you use a straight edge and a compass. So draw 2 points, label them A and B, and then you're going to draw a circle that has a radius having the length equal to the distance between A and B. So go ahead and do that on your own piece of paper there. So label 2 points, A and B. We're constructing, so we're going to be using a compass. So line up your compass, put the pointy part right here on A. We'll pretend that that is our center, and then our radius is going to be the length from A to B. You'll put your pencil right here. Make sure your pencil is sharp. Make sure that your compass is tight so that you can simply twist it around. And again, I'm not going to do all of it because it's not going to look very good at all. But as long as your compass does not shift, you should be able to go in one full motion and come back exactly to point B right there. So that is lesson 1.7. I'll have this on your separate assignment sheet as well, but you'll be doing numbers 1 through 19, all of them on page 34. Again, I'll have that in your assignment tab. Let's move on to 3.6, segment constructions here. All right. Here are just a couple of guidelines. These are in your book as well too, but make sure your pencil is very sharp so that when you make your marks, you are just making very light marks. We're not doing hard because if you mess up, you'll want to be able to erase it easily. The other thing would be to line up your arcs and lines very carefully, and then don't use dots for points. So let's look at a couple examples here. This is an example of a bad construction. One, they're using points. They're using dots for points. No, do not use dots for your points. Just we know that that is a point right there, the hash that you've made. So don't draw big points like that. The other thing is when you line up your straight edge between your vertex here and where these two are going to intersect, it needs to be a straight line right through where those two hashes intersect. So again, this is a bad construction. Good construction. Here we go. If I'm given a segment AB, I want to construct a line segment that is congruent or the same length to segment AB. Now we're constructing, so all I can use is a pencil, a straight edge. If it is a ruler, you can't use the ruler to measure the exact length of segment AB. And a compass. So how would I use a compass? Excuse me. How would I use a compass to find a segment that is congruent? Well, first thing you want to do is draw a segment. You get to decide on how long, how big your segment is. Again, I am freehanding this. You will be constructing this. Draw 2 points, and you will take your straight edge and draw a line between your 2 points. Oh, that's beautiful. Very straight. Good. All right. Now it's just, all right. Trying to get the hang of this pen here, so bear with me. All right. Let's get off of that segment there. Now, I've got line segment AB, and I want to draw another segment that is the same exact length as that one. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my straight edge, and I'm just going to draw a segment that I know is longer than AB. Okay? Draw a segment that is longer than AB with your straight edge. I'm going to take my compass, and I'm going to put the pencil, the sharp edge on A and the pencil on B. Either way works actually. But make sure that you line it up the same exact length, A and B. And then you're going to set the pointy edge of the compass on the edge of this segment here and reach it out. Again, don't move the compass. It needs to be the same exact length there. Go from this end, and when you get it to the other end, wherever the pencil lies, you're going to do a little arc. Again, do it lightly. And this piece right here to this piece right here should be the exact same length as segment AB. Alright, again we're given segment AB. Let's construct the bisector. Well, bisector means that we're cutting it in half. So I've got segment AB. Segment AB right here. So we want to bisect this segment. How do I bisect? Well, the first thing you're going to do is line up your compass, just like we did on the previous one. Put the pointy edge right here on A. Put the pencil on point B and measure. Have your compass the same width as your segment. From there, you will put the pointy edge, the sharp edge, back on A. And instead of going all the way back here with your pencil, your pointy edge should be on A. And then up here, you will construct a little arc with excuse me, you'll construct a little arc, the distance from A to B up there. You'll do the same thing over here, put the pointy edge right here, and then with the pencil, with the pointy edge staying on letter B, on point B, you should be able to draw another arc that will intersect the other arc. You'll do the same thing right underneath. You should have an arc right there, pointy edge on A, draw a little arc with the B, with the other edge, and then put the pointy arc on B, pointy point on B, excuse me, and then draw an arc down here. Again, I am not using a compass, but if you were to do that, if you draw a line straight through where these, so take your straight edge now and line up where these two arcs intersect and where these two arcs intersect here, draw a straight line down through those. Again, mine is going to be, oh, whoa, really bad. Yours should not. If you do that, you have perfectly bisected this segment AB. This is what it should look on your paper. Draw a line down and you have intersected that segment. All right, for 3.6, again, your assignment will be on Google Classroom, but we will be doing numbers 1 through, let's do numbers 1 through 14. All right, and that's it for today. Thank you, guys.